show. Welcome back to another morning show. My name is Jael and I'm your host for today. Today we're going to be starting off with my fun fact of the day. Guys, welcome to Fun Facts of the Day. Today we're going to be talking about how ketchup was once used as a medicine. According to ENAS, ketchup was believed to have health benefits due to its fermented nature and the presence of various ingredients that may have been beneficial for health. In traditional Chinese medicine, they believed that fermented food had health benefits that would help with digestion and overall health. This idea originally started from an American physician who was named Dr. John Cook Bennett, who then began to sell the ketchup into tomato pills in 1934. Ketchup is used to cure things such as diarrhea, indigestion, and jaundice. That was all for today's fact. Stay tuned. Next, we are introducing Kayla's history about track and field.
Many people know about the sport track and field, but anytime they think about it, they think about Usain Bolt or just sprint events, but it's so much more than that. The sport of track and field has been around since the ancient time, dating back to the start of the Olympics in ancient Greece. It was created alongside religious events for Greek gods to show off their athletic abilities, and only men could participate at the time. The first games included sprint races, jump events, and throwing events. For modern times, the sport began in the 1860s. In 1866, England held its first championship for men. There were no money prizes yet, athletes were just competing solely to compete. The sport grew in England and eventually moved to the United States, where it became super popular. The Amateur Athletic Union, AAU, was founded in 1887 in the United States. Then 10 years later, the Olympics started in 1896, and track and field was one of the participating sports. Some popular athletes in recent years are Usain Bolt and Noah Lyles in sprint events, Sydney McLaughlin in hurdles, and Eliud Kipchoge in the marathon. Current events, although they've changed throughout the years, go from 50 yards to 500 meters for sprint events, 800 meters to 30,000 meters for distance events. There are multiple jumping events, hurdle races, relay races, and throwing events. The sport exists from high school to Junior Olympics to the Olympics. It exists everywhere, and anybody could try it, and it's super fun.
Now we have Sasha's segment about Cedar Cloud Theater.
What's up, guys? This is Mr. Ransom, and this is your MTV Cribs of 140, the chorus room. Let's go. Here we are, the chorus room. Look at this amazing mural on the wall, painted by none other than Banksy and Leonardo da Vinci. Don't fact check me. Don't fact check me. Don't fact check me. Keyboards for the piano lab. We sing choir in here all the day long. Notes, 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 notes. So many notes. Here we go. We got the grand piano. We got Estella sitting at the piano. We got a huge mess on the piano. Oh my gosh. We got all the folders, organized. Okay, you know what I'm saying? We got the office in here. The light turns on. The light turns off. It's so high tech. Oh my gosh. Thank you for coming to my MTV Crib.
Here is Victor's mini location of the day segment, as well as him going over the TV series Avatar.
For those of you interested in traveling in the future, consider Machu Picchu in Peru. If you remember from history class, this place is one of the big remnants of the Inca Empire, and you can still visit it today. It's up in the Andes mountain range on the side of a valley made by the Urubamba River. Even though most of those Inca cities were destroyed by the Spaniards, Machu Picchu's hidden location made it out to be one of the most well-preserved sites. It's surely a sight to see, too. Okay, so last time I was hyping up that Avatar live action like crazy. It came out soon after, and I did end up watching it. And overall, I'd say it was fun. I had a good time, especially if you compare it to that last live action. I'd say what stood out the most to me were the visuals. The CGI in action were great, and it didn't take multiple earthbenders to bend a pebble. The characters and settings were great. I think my biggest problem with the show was the story itself and how it was organized. You saw stuff too early that didn't actually show until like later in the actual show, and it messed up the pacing like crazy in several parts. To me, that was the huge problem in the show. Other than that, I'd say it was pretty enjoyable for what it was, especially since it's a live action. There's not too much to complain about. It's not as perfect as the animated series, but it's still worth a watch anyway. Looking forward to watching more if they decide to continue it, especially with upcoming characters. So, go watch it. See ya.
Hey guys, it's Shakira and this is True Crime. Today's True Crime is the case of Black Dahlia. On January 15th, 1947, there was a woman who was walking with her child and they came across a woman who was sliced clean at the waist. When looking at the body, it didn't even look like it was an actual person. It looked like it was a mannequin at first glance. And as they took a closer look at the body, they noticed that there wasn't a single drop of blood, which means that she was murdered somewhere else and then brought to this park. In less than an hour, the police identified this woman as 22-year-old Elizabeth Short. Elizabeth Short got the name Black Dahlia because she would always wear black and had dyed black hair. And also, at the same time, there was a movie that came out called Blue Dahlia. When checking her files, they found out that Elizabeth was a clerk back in 1943, and 7 months later, she was arrested for underage drinking. Based on the information they knew, the person who had murdered her had some type of history in dissection because the body was cleanly cut. They also took fingerprints from an anonymous letter that was sent to them, but they could not match it with anyone in the FBI's files. Sadly, the case wasn't solved and no one knows who may have murdered her. Though it may have been George Hoddle or Leslie Dillon. And that's the true crime of this week.
And now for today's announcements. With swim season now behind us, teacher swim will be held on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 2:30 to 3:30. Organized workouts will be posted for all ability and fitness levels, but anyone can show up and do their own thing too. Please see Josh in room 216 with any more questions. Reminder for students who are applying for the Springfield Water and Sewer Summer Internship, the applications are due April 3rd. You can see Ms. Marvel in the grad suite during your lunch. You need support completing your application. For juniors, there is a field trip at the College Fair in Hartford on March 20th. Buses will leave Central at 8:30 and will return for fourth lunch. The permission slips can be picked up and dropped off by March 6th, the counseling office, and it's first come, first serve, as the seats are limited. For students who are interested in career in real estate, Holyoke Community College Workforce Development is offering the real estate exam prep class. This evening class, which takes place on Zoom, runs from March 4th to March 29th. Go to HCC website to see Ms. Marvel in the grad suite for more details. If you would like to do a cooking club, the sign-up sheet will be outside of room 305. Next week on March 4th, they will be making a taco wrap supreme dupe, so if you would like to do that, make sure you get your permission slip. There will also be a mandatory meeting for any boys and playing lacrosse this Friday at 2:30 in room 117. This will be the binding meeting before the season starts on March 18th. Please see Coach Sheen if you're interested or if you have any questions or concerns. So now here's a schedule if you would like to do concussion testing. Each day will begin after school at 2:45 in the small cap, so make sure you're not late. And will conclude by 5 p.m. So you should probably arrive around 4:30. Please share this with your teams and all interested students and remind them to bring their laptops and chargers with them. On Monday, March 3rd, that will be for baseball and softball. Tuesday, March 5th, that will be for boys and girls lacrosse. Wednesday, March 6th, that's for boys and girls track and field. Thursday, March 7th, boys volleyball and tennis. Lastly, Friday would be for makeup testing. Very last thing, students who are 18 or almost 18 and can earn up to $50 working for the vote reporters on the election night, March 5th here at Central High. If interested, please see the posting on the bulletin board across from the main office. Also last week, Ms. Morris's AP African American Studies class have gone to Rebecca Johnson's school to participate in a read aloud where they read to some students in honor of Black History Month. The students did a fantastic job and had a lot of fun engaging with the kids. Also, McNamaron's chemistry class went on a field trip to Hazen Paper and learned about many job opportunities offered at Hazen and all about Hazen's use of chemistry in their holographic paper. The students did an amazing job and were very active and engaged the entire time. That's all for today. Thank you guys for watching.